right, so this has been a long time coming, and looking back on the process for how we came up with this project, there was a lot of stuff that we went through. There's a lot of things that led up to us getting to the end of this project to actually release this. But I thought it would be good for us to kind of come together, do this so that people understand more about why we even got to this point to even think to do this project.
What I liked about this project is we didn't necessarily bleed over each other. We complemented each other. You know, if your verse came first, you started the message, I ended the message, or I started the message, you ended the message. If there was any clip, you know, it was definitely like a duality like that I enjoyed.
How was that for you when I did reach out to you? What was your thought process?
Mine was pretty good. Around that time, I was going through a few things. Just a lot that had to do with just emotions. You know, it was a different, you know, breakups, heartaches, you know, what life makes you, you know, pushing through those storms. So I can just say just about any type of emotion you can say that a person feels that they go through life, you know. And it was like what you call, like, I wouldn't so much say I was in a depression. I feel like more so I was just in an overwhelmed and a build up at the same time, you know? So it's like you put in it's like you baking a cake or you baking a bread and it's trying to rise, but you got this container that's stopping it from rising. And that outer shell is the cautious side that's like, I need to be cautious. But the inside side is like, no, we need to bust out. So that's why I say I felt so many different emotions around that time, because it was like I'm rising and I'm containing myself at the same time. And so I really just asked for guidance, and I was just like, give me the strength and just soften me so that I can just go with the flow where I need to be. So my question, like, you know what, and this is a good question because you were just speaking on that, like going through things and sometimes with, you know, just trying to stay consistent and steady. Like, what kept you motivated on completing the EP with Elon?
I felt like I didn't have no other choice. Like, if I'm being real, like, this is the thing a lot of people I think don't realize about me is that I don't base a lot of my decisions based off of what I want to do. A lot of it is based off of what I have to do. Because if I don't heed the things that I'm given, I don't want the consequences of not listening. So that's where my spirituality kind of comes into play, because I don't do things outside of what I'm told. So when I'm on a record and I'm saying stuff a certain way, I feel like people be hearing, like I always say, people hear me, but they don't listen to me. Cause that is often missed, where I'm saying these thoughts or these ideas are coming from other places. Like, I could be sitting there, or I could be dreaming, whatever the case may be, something is in my spirit, and if I don't acknowledge it, something's gonna happen that I don't want to happen. And that's played out for me over and over and over again in different scenarios, not even just music, but just life in general. When something is revealed to me and I don't acknowledge it, there is going to be a problem. So that is why I didn't play the radio when you need to go find this girl, see what she's doing, because that was something that was revealed to me I didn't know at the time that it would turn into what we have now, but that was the driving force, was that you have to do this because something, and I feel like we haven't even really scratched the surface to what it's going to be yet, but it was like, you have to do this. And that was the thing that kept me going, even though, like, you know, I got COVID in the middle of us doing it and I didn't feel like doing nothing. I was sick and I was tired, and it was a mess after we did the recording part, and we couldn't, it was kind of like that monkey wrench, but it was like, no matter what goes on, you gotta see the project all the way to the end, because if you don't, there's gonna be spiritual consequences. I wanted to ask you, so when we did come that day and we started working on everything, what song did you hear that we did that you was like, yeah, this project is different?
To call it different?
Or did you have any, did you feel like it was any different?
Is that the name of the record?
That might have been the beat, name of the beat. But
Yeah.
what?
Like,
Yeah.
it's the one where kind of like, it's real vibey.
The outro.
That's
talking about the
when I
outro.
knew it was gonna be a different project, and that's what I like, when those songs sound the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I appreciate. I do not like, I don't know where this time loop went where artists feel like, oh, I'm gonna make a project with this vibe, and I'm gonna make a project with this vibe, and it's like, you can make a project with multiple vibes. That's how you make a project.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So if it was Polar Lights made the project different to me. But what is it? Big Money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's the boss.
yeah. And I guess what? That's probably why I like it, because I'm a boss and I could relate to the track, and it's just high energy. I'm into high energy shit.